2000. America is a vast speedway. People line the streets to witness the greatest drivers on Earth in a race from sea to shining sea.
This is a death race.
You finish first, or not at all. Death Race 2000.
I was bound to get to this sooner or later. A man whose filmmaking career spans generations, whose reputation speaks for itself. He's been said to be able to negotiate a film deal from a phone booth, shoot the film there, and finance the movie with the change. Filmmaker since the 50s and still to this day, Roger Corman is a king of cinema. Well known for schlockfests like Little Shop of Horrors, Death Race 2000, Piranha, and countless others. So which one am I going to talk about? Well,
Roger Cormans Mutant. Das Grauen im All.
interesting.
In den eisigen Tiefen des Weltalls wächst ein furchtbarer...
Oh, this is going to be good. Welcome to Roger Corman's answer to Ridley Scott's Alien, Mutant, or as it's officially credited as, Forbidden World. There's something real special about Mutant, and I don't mean that as in the creature looking like a big-headed lunt cousin of Ridley Scott's Xenomorph that Corman keeps in the basement and feeds fish heads to. This is actually a pretty damn awesome movie. A life form given the name of Subject 20 is created by a research group with the intent of preventing a galactic food crisis, but it of course goes deadly and becomes a man-eating, giant-headed mutant of destruction. The researchers, fearing like hell for their lives, call in the best troubleshooter in the galaxy, Mike Colby, the fastest gun in the western quadrant of the galaxy. Damn, I'm good. The film appears to begin where it ends. Colby is in hypersleep as we get quick flashes of past mutant-related events, indicating that he's clouded with nightmares because of the ordeal. So, now that we've established that the hero will live through all of this and any kind of suspense has been curb-stomped into nothingness, let's start the show. Colby's stormtrooper notifies him of a distress call from the planet Exorbia. They touch down on the planet and we're introduced to Gordon Hauser, head of research, and Dr. Glazer. She knows more about genetic synthesis than anyone else alive.
This is my assistant, Dr. Glazer. Barbara knows more about genetic synthesis than anyone else alive.
It's good to be here in your pleasant custody.
Let's get started.
Good.
It's okay, stormtrooper, robot, lady thing. I too know the feeling of rejection. Very quickly, I'm starting to think that Colby's services were required for more than just whooping some alien ass.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Tracy, you're a new face around here. We don't often get new faces.
That's the truth.
For fuck's sake. It's not like there's no men around or anything. Sure, Gordo here is kind of on the old side, but what about this guy? He seems pretty young and virile, and he's just gonna stay on watch duty while this bitch porks a dude she just met. So Subject 20 gets loose and runs wild on the compound, and then incubates itself? Well, that's one way to go about this, I suppose. Why build up any suspense with the creature and have it hide in the pipelines of the ship to change itself, when it can just cocoon itself right in the fucking lab? Terror! In space, no one can hear you waiting.
Don't expect a butterfly.
Exactly!
I didn't burn down the school. It was the butterfly, I tell you. The butterfly!
He's crazy, boys. Get the taser.
So the hired gun wants to kill the killer alien while it's in its cocoon state. Fantastic idea.
Termination is not a solution.
God damn it! Why are scientists always the biggest assholes? If the man's expertise is blowing shit up, then why did you bring him here? Oh yeah, that's right. So the killer life form escapes, and wouldn't you know it, it fucking kills! Big surprise. And why was the incubator open? So what does Subject kill everything in sight have to do with the galactic food crisis anyway?
Genetic mutant. A proto-bee binder like all the other experiments, except this one got a little out of hand.
Basically, Subject 20 is the result of gene splicing. Proto-bee is an organism that reproduces at an unbelievable rate, so put it with something, you get more of it.
Then Subject 20 is the result of a genetic splicing between a proto-B bacteria and another organism.
Exactly.
What is the other organism?
The other organism was an animal, so when Proto-B was spliced to it, guess what happened?
He can't be alive, Cal. Look at him, for God's sakes.
So they search the compound for Subject 20 when it's right under their noses, pulling a thing and reproducing with the dipshit that left the incubator open. Part of it escapes and kills, obviously. Colby is about to show his new face again when Mutant rains on his parade. They cosplay as Tusken Raiders and track it outside, where it has cocooned itself once again and grown to its full, goofy-headed mutant form. It makes its way back into the compound, cutting off all their communication with the outside world and their launch pad control, yet leaves them in a living climate with enough food so it can use Proto-B to reproduce them and eat forever.
Ironic, if you consider why we came here in the first place.
It's revealed that Gordon's DNA is what was spliced with Proto-B, taking the fertilized egg and inseminating a now deceased member of the crew named Annie. The birth took 2 weeks and killed her. Dr. Glazer and Hobag number 2 get the bright idea into their heads while washing each other that they need to take matters into their own hands and communicate with the Mutant. Great job, dipshit. What's your encore? Sucking and blowing at the same time? So they can't blow the Mutant up, as it's attached itself all over the life support system, so Colby and crew have to come up with a non-blood and gut solution, but not before our big buddy has a chance to run around and have some fun first. One of the scientists has a cancerous tumor and instructs Colby to cut it off, and what follows is quite possibly the most original, unorthodox, and absurd way to kill off a movie villain. They feed it the tumor. Yep. The plan is to get Mutant to feed on the malignant cancerous tissue, which will in turn kill Proto-B, as consuming something that's dying will kill it at an accelerated rate, just as it reproduces in kind. Or something. I'm just kind of talking out my ass at this point. Colby wrestles around with Mutant, manages to stuff the tumor in its mouth without getting his arm ripped off. It barfs and drops dead. That's it. They feed it cancer, it pukes, and it dies. Moral of the story? Is there a moral? I don't know. If your life is in danger, locate the nearest cancer patient?